This is it.
This is the old movie.
You guys should dance.
Money's kind of
Stop, that's
gay
online.
with her hips and doofus stuff in New York. No.
That's online forever now.
That's the new one, right?
What happened?
That's online forever now.
Oh, what?
Dance
We
online,
danced?
yeah,
That's
it's
mine.
recording.
All right, good evening, folks. Once again, it's another episode of the Seabass Chinaman Adventure Hour. I'm your host, Carlos Hernandez. Oh,
I'm
yeah, go on. I'm sorry.
Monique Beltry.
I'm the artist of O's.
Jeremy Knight.
And once again, we're here to talk about our favorite things, all from pop culture, film, movie, television. But first, our sponsors, as we promised you all. This week's sponsor for me is Arizona Cranberry Iced Tea. Very smooth, goes down nice and smooth.
Manzanita Sol. It's apple juice soda.
Very smooth.
It's good.
Snapple.
Yeah. Oh, you don't like this?
V8.
Whatever.
Wait, are you doing Snapple or are you doing V8?
I guess I just Snapple.
Alright, well, I'm sponsored by V8 Splash Fruit Medley.
It's good.
Yeah.
They're all good
It
to
is
drink.
good. This
I know-
is the best, though, right here.
Yeah,
Snapple.
was that the first time you tried it when you tried it a couple last week at my house? Well, it's good. It's lightly sweetened, that Snapple, so you taste slightly cherry,
got
slightly powdery,
calories.
Yeah, it's good.
and it's really good. I love this. I actually, believe it or not, there's a funny transition. I'll
That's
get,
good, too.
yeah.
Is that the thing from yesterday?
Jeremy and I both love Arizona. I mean,
Oh,
you're
oh,
from New York,
yeah.
so you we'll get to Monique in a bit. But when I got here, there was some crazy transition from New York to now John Tenton, who's not here, is beeping us over there. But I was drinking this 24/7 in New York the year before we got here. Totally forgot about it because I didn't even see Arizona outside of green tea and the one that you got, the Palmer one.
Arnold Palmer.
On a Palmer one. And then I saw this day at some 99-cent store out in the National Parkway. And they had tons of them. So I'm going to start buying some cranberry tea again. So this is really good stuff. I'm going to quickly, something, this is not John Tenta, as you heard, it's Monique Beltry, my niece. She came from New York to spend some time with us for 2 weeks, and we haven't shot an episode in about 2 weeks. So she's here, and she's here for John Tenta, because John Tenta is a very busy man right now. The everyman is working every day, you know, and he's got a lot of things to do. So he won't be here this week. So we're squeezing in Monique. Monique, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am Monique, and I'm from Brooklyn, and I'm 15, and yeah.
What do you like to do?
I like to play the guitar.
There you go.
She does. She's very good. She's very good.
Yes.
So Monique's going to do an episode. She actually leaves tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. And this is a live show, so we'll know in a few hours. And of course, you know Lee and our great co-host Jeremy Knight, who knows everything about everything when it comes to film.
Oh, yeah.
He knows it all. So we're actually going to hold off on our great big Batman review. As you know that we also remember, we got our little buttons. I don't know if you can see.
Boom.
I mean, Jeremy's actually looks cool. Matches your shirt for some strange reason. It goes good with that shirt. You can see a little bat emblem on
I
that.
don't see it.
I do. No, you're right
Okay.
there. The bat emblem.
You can see it. If
It's
you
got
squint,
it's got a Nightwing emblem type thing.
Oh, yeah.
So we're not going to talk anything about Batman today.
I loved it. That's just gotta get that out there. It was awesome.
I didn't.
But that's,
So
yeah, he hated
we'll
it.
save that
So,
for next
so we'll
time.
talk about that
for it.
some other
I
day.
loved it.
She loved it too. We actually saw it the day after. But today we're going to talk about the past couple of weeks. We're going to talk about the film fest that we held last week. Jeremy actually wins the honor of being the first non-family person to actually be from the beginning to the end of a film fest from 8 a.m. Friday to 2 a.m. Sunday. So give Jeremy a nice round of applause there.
All right, but I have to give credit to Carlos. Like I wrote a review, or I started writing the reviews of all the movies that we watched at the film fest, and I had to give credit to him because he made an awesome lineup for this film fest. It was really good.
Thank you.
So I have to give credit for that because
Yeah.
I was enjoying it. I was entertained the entire time.
I feel bad because I had so much pressure for my fifth one, which actually has so much dark clouds over it. Jeremy, fortunately, is going to U of H starting what is that? August the 20th.
The day of
The day of my film
Oh,
fest,
that's
he
the day I
leaves.
start
Is
my
that
classes
like a
too.
university?
Yeah, it's the University of Houston, and he's going to be taking up media productions, which is
and film, minor in film.
yeah, and I'm kind of proud because when I went to Brooklyn College all the way back in 1989, I took broadcast journalism as my major, and I had a minor in film. So we're going to be doing a lot of the same. Well, he's going to be doing a lot of the same what I did 15, 16 years ago. But so he's going to be studying film, and that's really good. but he won't be here for my fest. And I don't know. I mean, you can tell me. I mean, I don't know if you saw the lineup. I don't know if you saw the lineup. I know Jeremy did. Oh, did you see?
Actually, I didn't read the lineup.
See, so now I feel like I can't live up to that New York
movie
City.
in the lineup.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. But I feel like I can't live up to that New York City Film Fest. I think that was one of my best.
It really was. But you're doing 70s film, though. So
Yes.
you really can't go wrong. You can play anything from the 70s. And
Agreed.
I mean, there's some great stuff, so.
It's like the 70s, and we've discussed this. We mentioned this the first show. I think the 70s was the last great era for film. You know, the codes were gone by then. The counterculture, you know, all the hippies from the 60s took over film. So there was no rules, there was no law, and I mean, some great filmmaking comes out of there. You know, like we saw French Connection. You got The Godfather, of course.
All the Kubrick
Mean
stuff.
Streets. Yeah, you got The Clockwork Orange.
All the Scorsese, all
yeah,
the,
so it was the last great era, and then the 80s was just pop. Just like the pop music from the 80s, it's pop art, and
it's horrible.
you had a lot of junk stuff. I mean, you had some good things here and
Do
there.
the Right Thing. Right?
Do the Right Thing came out in 89 at the tail end. But I mean, it was really bad. So, I mean, I'm going to go real quick, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I just want to see what everyone thinks. I try to do one from each year, because I usually show 10 films in my fest, and I said, hey, perfect, thank you. But unfortunately,
that's harder.
yeah, and that's why I didn't do that. I couldn't follow it, so... But I opened with one film, and like I said, Robert Altman is not everyone's favorite director. My favorite film from Robert Altman to me was Brewster McCloud. Have you ever seen Brewster
I haven't
McCloud?
seen that one.
I know, I'm not going to bother. I mean, I'd ask you too, because I know sometimes you watch some crazy shit that your brother has. But
I told you he sold out DVD.
I know, but before he did, I thought you might have. But anyway, Brewster McCloud is just some surrealistic, crazy comedy. But it's just too off the wall, and I know that if I played it, I mean, some people probably enjoy it. See, like I said, someone like Jeremy would probably enjoy it. But I went with a safe bet. I went with MASH, which starts out the 70s, 1970. And then from there, I went to 1972, I think. Wait.
Why would you skip? You have a Clockwork Orange?
Well, no.
That's hard to play at a festival.
And you know what?
Can't play that at a
I
festival.
wanted a Clockwork Orange, but I didn't. Like we were talking about it, me and Emily. And I wanted for something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I wanted for something, and it's like
for like what? Like you just have a feeling?
there's a reason why I'm saving it, because like I said, the same thing like The Exorcist. I wanted to put Billy Friedkin's Exorcist, but then we discussed the whole Halloween Oktoberfest, which is going to fall during Halloween, so definitely I would have Exorcist during that. But yes, my wife is pointing to her idea. But again, it's like the first film I thought about when I thought 70s, I said Clockwork Orange, and of course The Godfather. But then I said, you know what? Again, The Godfather, I'm saving for something else. So I went with a movie, and I think we discussed it a little bit the other day, The Conversation.
Oh, yeah.
And you've seen The Conversation, right?
Yes, yeah. That's been a while, but that was one of the first ones I watched.
Yeah, and I actually want to do The Conversation with next month's, which was going to be Read and Writing, and now I got the title yet, but it's basically, it's going to be Just to Listen, which is basically screenplays brought to film. And I actually wanted The Conversation there because it's a film that you actually have to listen to.
Dogs.
Huh?
Like
Reservoir Dogs is part of that one in September, yes. Reservoir Dogs will be.
I'll be here for that.
Ah.
Reservoir Dogs is enough to get me to this.
I know. I think he'd be like, I'm coming up
Pulp
there.
Fiction is-
And my sister wants to watch
Wait,
Pulp
when
Fiction
is
with
it
me.
in September?
In September, it's going to be that
Okay.
one. So I actually wanted Conversation to be in that one. But then I started thinking, Conversation, the screenplay is really good, but it's not something you should listen to. The reason why you should listen to the film is the film is about a sound man who comes across a conspiracy. So in a way, yes, you have to listen to the film, but not more of the screenplay itself. It's a very subtle film. And then I put Mean Streets, of course, because I thought of all Scorsese's films, Boxcar Bertha was crap. New York, I really couldn't stand. I dig musicals. My first fest was musical. I just can't stand De Niro and Liza Minnelli in that movie. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's not.
So the only other
in Mean
film,
Streets, though, De Niro, it's one of his best roles.
Exactly, and I wrote that in my little
good.
thing. Yeah, I mean, De Niro is just superb in this movie.
That was one that I watched.
It's
like,
the
way
reason
after
why
I'd
De
seen all
Niro
the stuff.
got any other role afterward. The reason why he got casted for The Godfather too.
What's his name in that? What's his role?
Johnny Boy.
Johnny
Boy.
That's where that phrase came from, isn't it? Johnny Boy. I mean,
Well,
that was like.
Mook, it was funny because we were talking about Mookie and Do the Right Thing, and there's a great scene with, hey, he's like, whatever was this Mook? And he's like, Mook? You calling me a Mook? What's Mook? I just laugh at the scene. It's a great scene. But anyway, so I got the conversation. I got Mean Streets, and then I put for 1974. Oh, come on. Let me try to.
Chinatown? No.
No, and I was thinking about China, but again, it's like
I actually got a poster of Chinatown today in the mail.
Did you? From
Yeah,
where?
it's
From
awesome.
where?
Amazon. I bought it off Amazon.
Is it an original poster artwork?
No, I don't think so. No.
No?
No, it's not. Well, it is this. I'll show this to you.
Oh yeah, nice.
I paid $5 for that.
Not bad. I hate this thing.
I gotta see that.
Oh man, that's great. Yeah, it's basically the movie poster, but different with the orange background.
Yeah, that's actually the collector's edition.
Additional? Okay.
The Blu-ray collector's edition. That's the cover of it. So
Oh, okay, good.
Except for the smoke is reflective.
Okay.
It's really cool looking. You have to see it.
I
It's really neat.
Oh, you know what's funny? Real quick, this is off to my wife. Meetha says she's coming to the film fest, so now I'm kind of awkward because you're not there. I don't know if she's really coming. Meetha's our friend, the Spanish one.
The one that babysit?
Yeah, the babysit has 6 girls. I mean, I think she was just being polite and answered it. But how can I forget? And I mentioned this to you before too. Electric Glide in Blue. I wanted you to see that movie.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, it's I remember I was talking about how the manager of Chicago wanted to get into filmmaking, and he wanted to make this movement through music and film.
Oh, okay, I remember that. Yeah.
Electric Eye and Blue. I mean, again, I'm hoping Jeremy sees it. Maybe even he watches these films before he even leaves us hanging out. But it's a great film, very underrated. It's basically like Easy Rider, but with the reversal where instead of the counterculture hippies, it's a cop who has roots in the hippie thing, and it's just a great score. I mean, Michael Nesmith has a couple of tunes in the background. It's just really, really good, and it has a great 70s ending. Well, what else I put down here? And then we got
Raging Bull was 80.
Yeah, and that was the thing I was saying why I never used Scorsese. The other film was Raging Bull, but that's 1980.
Apocalypse Now?
Apocalypse? No, because I
that's a long film.
I wanted Apocalypse Now, but again, I'd rather use Apocalypse Now for something else.
Yeah, you could do War. You could do War.
A War. I was thinking of doing a War thing. Yeah. Of course, Blazing Saddles.
Yeah.
Which I know you might get mad, but it was like we were talking about it last night when I was doing the thing, and I said I need to have Mel Brooks featured in the 70s because Mel Brooks was his best era ever was the 70s.
Spaceballs was later, right?
Yeah, Spaceballs was 87, but still, it was like
80s.
You had Young Frankenstein, you had High Anxiety, you had all these movies, and it was Blazing Saddles, which actually brought him into the mainstream in the aspect that, he used, again, like Do the Right Thing, race relations to, and then, of course, 1975, and because I have no Jack Nicholson films yet, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Oh, yeah.
That's just a great film.
Yeah, you can't not put that.
I mean, you need that in there. And now this is where he might fight me on this. Last 3 films, as I was doing them, I wanted them to go chronologically through the 70s. And in a way, it's like, it's kind of crazy because the second film in this little trilogy here should be shown earlier, and I was hoping to do it for the kids, but I put Carrie first. And it's only because I love Brian De Palma.
Yeah, no.
And I wish Blowout was in the 70s. Blowout is such a great homage to, oh my God, don't tell me I forgot the director of Blow Up. Quite good. But anyway, great film. I wish it was there, but Carrie. And again, what I like about Carrie, and I think we discussed this about Stanley Kubrick, I mean, De Palma actually made a really boring-ass book into such a really good film about a woman's upcoming sexuality. And you might relate to Carrie. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
It's a great film, though.
You like Carrie, right?
Yeah.
I love Carrie.
I actually, though,
Freaked me out.
when I first watched it, I made the mistake of watching the television version first.
No. Okay, well, look, this is something everyone knows about. My wife is going to know about. Let me ask you a question.
So bad.
When you saw the television version, let me ask you something. There's a version, when I saw it as a kid, the TV version on Channel 7, and I hate saying numbers here because it doesn't mean nothing in Texas, but point being this, in the late 70s, all the television stations were showing big run films, Jaws, The Godfather, Carrie, with extra stuff, which is why Jaws is hard to have on any version. I heard the Blu-ray is going to have all the deleted scenes for television, because Spielberg shot stuff for television that's not on any version as of now. I think the 30th anniversary has some scenes that were added back in, but